Oh, what's that show that they all... Supernatural, is that the one? Supernatural. I don't know if that's the right TV show I'm thinking of. Right, we'll take this one anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, are they all FTMs? 5, 6. And there's a couple of dudes. I'll take them 2 as dudes. Right, let's go. Supernatural. I'm sure this isn't the show I'm thinking of. It's the one with kids in it. It's not the one I'm thinking of, but it'll do. Images. Jensen Ackles. Definitely in the back file because the name rings a bell. Paste. Paste. Jensen. Right, searching Jensen Ackles. Oh, don't do it. Why would you do that? There we go. Small face, close set eyes, high set ears, pink bottom lips, look. Soft jawline. Yeah, one of them's got deep set eyes, look. The pink lips, the soft teeth, the soft smile, the high set ears, the flat forehead, look. It's not the biggest, tallest forehead. She's still got quite a high eyeline. I think they might have pulled the hairline down a bit on this one. Or add some implants. They come in and they implant hair to give it a short forehead. She got beautiful eyes. Bright eyes, burning like fire. There's a Getty seal right there, look. How could a light that shines so brightly suddenly shine so dim? Bright eyes. That looks like the Jezebel. We're looking at our look. Remember, shush. Remember, look, fallen angels, shush. I'll take that picture, prick. How can a light that shines so brightly suddenly shine so dim? Bright eyes. We're out of pictures. We've done a skull check anyway, didn't we? So let's go for Gates. Oh, we got Gates everywhere. They're coming out the shumpter. There we go. It's diamonds and full mints from female Bigfoot. Full mints. Oh, look at that diamond. Oh, look at that gate. Female. Female. Look at that diamond. It's beautiful. Broken leg. Beautiful. I like that. Jensen Ackles from Flamingo. Jared, I love your work, but what's that? That's better. Full mints. Full mints. Inline footfall. Tightrope walker. All of them are, look. Flamingo foot. Female. Look at the size of that ass. Getting on invisible motorbike, look. Full mints, full mints. Oh, there's a dude in the background. Who would have known? And again, Jensen Ackles. Look at the state of that gate. His knees don't even close at all, do they? I'm trying to walk like a man. There's just one problem. God gave you a female skeleton. Can't walk straight, even if you tried. They walk like they've cacked the pants, don't they? How many gifts are there of this person? Straight-legged boy on the right with a big neck, a shoulder tilt, a hip twist, and a beautiful diamond for Jensen Ackles right there. Jensen Ackles fails forensics. Here's your first one. Jensen Ackles, see you later, love. Next, Jared Padalecki. Jared Padalecki. Give me that name. Images. She's got squashy face. She's got soft eyes. Who's got the widest face, the widest jawbone, look? And they'll stand in front of any wall, these Freemasons, as long as it's a brick wall. Who's this? Jared Padalecki. Did I put you in the back file, Jared? Nope. Paste. Right, it's searching for Jared Padalecki from, what are we looking at? I can't remember. Oh, Supernatural. Well, he's got a big face, hasn't he? Bright eyes, burning like fire. How can a light that shines so brightly suddenly shine so dim? Bright eyes. I'm seeing Jim Carrey in some of these pictures, just as I'm blasting down the list. Remember, they'll wink their eyes and stick their tongues out, look. Jared Padalecki. Yeah, final answer. This is a girl. Let's get a close-up on that 5 head. There we go. Widest in the hairline with a widow's peak. Wide at the top, wide down, but short at the eyes, look. Pink lips, high set ears, rounded jawbone, no trachea, no Adam's apple, no mastoids. That right there is a female skull walking. Jared, I love your work. Full mints from Flamingo. Flamingo, that was a stair fail. Look at that full mints. That is gorgeous. Jared, I love your pick. You saved me so much time. Where is your stair fail? Right there, game over. 1000% sure that this is a woman. Only a woman opens her legs and creates diamonds when walking or descending stairs. And when descending stairs, it is exaggerated. It is concentrated. Do you understand? My name is Michael Caine. Not a lot of people know that. Bink. Let's put you over there. Open this one. Jared Padalecki. See you later, Jared. Next. Right there. Misha Collins. MC, 33. 2 first names. A girl's name and a boy's name. Colin and Misha. Open. I wonder if my mental health nurse was secretly transgendered because she dated a footballer. Yeah. And if she's dating a footballer, she's got to be a dude, hasn't she? Pink lips, Cupid's bow. Same here, look, without the Cupid's bow though. Misha Collins. Small skull. Small face. 5 head. Look at those pink lips. This television, honestly, the colours on it are unbelievable. Misha Collins, walking. How long have I been straining my eyes for? That's the question. There. From female Bigfoot, it's no good to me. That's better. That is in line, female Bigfoot. It's not a good shot. There's a nice one. Offset. That's a GIF. I was hoping it was going to show me full mints. Misha Collins, stiffing me on the gates. There's one. Oh, there is one. It's a shame your legs are missing. There's a dude on the left. How can a light that shines so brightly suddenly shine so dim? Bright eyes. Misha Collins, you in the back file, Misha? Because you ain't got no gates. He's not. She's not. There's nothing. We're gone. See you later, Misha. Next, Mark Shepherd. Copy, paste, back file. Paste. And searching, was it? Searches. We'll come back to class. Mark Shepherd Crowley, known as Crowley. Crowley. Question, I'm a 38-year-old male and I have a widow's peak. Men aren't supposed to get them. Depends what you're classing as a widow's peak. You might just have a tuft of hair. It's not the same. Oh my, is that real? Oh, I was just going to say, why can I see a shadow of his forehead? Now that was a widow's peak. Did you see it? You see, when we look at a real widow's peak, you see, I'm going to see loads of skull, aren't I? Heaps and heaps of skull, because that's how it's usually shown. Because FTMs go bald, they get male pattern baldness, and the widow's peak refuses to die. Usually, it won't give up the ghost. A lot of people they mischaracterize themselves. People say, "Oh, I've got a big flat 5 head, and I'm a man," and then you look at them and they've got the huge sloping forehead instead. I've had it done many times. People say, "I've got this and I've got that." And when I see a picture of them, I'm like, "You're full of shite." I'm not saying you're full of shite. I'm just saying you might be mischaracterizing what you've got. Remember, with a real widow's peak, you're going to get close set eyes, high set ears, pink lips, and a sloping jawline to boot. One characteristic is not enough for me. It can be when it comes to FTM. When it comes to celebrities, is enough for me sometimes. When it comes to real people in the real world, one characteristic is certainly not enough for me. I've met men with female digit ratios. I've met women with male digit ratios, and they've still been men and women. Yeah, I believe when we're born, or when we're being born, all these needles, I reckon they all do this to us. I reckon they're... because you're using a legal name, the government's allowed to do whatever it wants to you. Yeah. Mark Shepherd walking. It's definitely a girl. Female posture. Female posture. No gaits. Looks like your supernatural actors are not very famous. I give it another shot. Street. Yeah, Mark Shepherd. You got no gates. You got no nothing. Backfile. Would you Adam and Eve it? Don't ask me. It can only be AI. I can only put this down to AI that these gates are not here. Because AI is removing the damn things. Look, 4 gates. And yet, when we came down that walking set there, and street, I did them both, look, walking and street, I got no pictures. Mark Shepherd. Next, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. 3 first names. Oh, we've definitely got this one. Copy, paste. There we go. Joffrey. Right, it's searching for Jeffrey. Jeffrey's got a flat 5 head with close set eyes, look. There is no denying it once you can see these things. When you first learn to do this, it feels like a curse. Because you don't want to see it in all these people, but it's there. After a while, you're going to come to recognize it's a blessing. It's not a curse that you can see these things, that you know the world's flat, that you know you're not spinning, that you know dinosaurs never existed, that space is fake. All these lies that they've told us. It all feels a bit cursive when you learn it because of the way people treat you. You feel like you're an outcast, the leper, right? For knowing the truth. But you was pre-warned. Orson Welles told you that in the start of the 21st century, anybody discovering the truth would be deemed crazy and mental by his peers and his friends. And this is true. This is exactly what has happened to myself and others like me Naturals, that is. We're talking about natural people. Remember, the flip-flops don't have any. They just pretend. Right? Like Jibby and all the rest of them that I used to hang around with. They all pretended to be outcast. They all pretended to be struggling to pay bills and all the rest of it. It's only natural people that struggle. The flip-flops don't struggle. The life is paved out before them. I don't even think they pay any bills. I really don't. I don't think they've got electric, gas, rent, mortgage. And if they've got any of them, it'll cost them pennies, cents each week instead of hundreds of pounds like it does the rest of us. It's a two-tier system. If you want me to think there isn't two-tier banking for them, there's another place that you can go. It's a place where the sun doesn't shine. He's got big hands, that one there, hasn't he? He's got big hands. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, biologically a woman, proven by her face. We have a flat 5 head, close set eyes, high set ears, pink lips, a soft jawline. He's probably had a chin implant and that's it. But it's a small face. It always is a small face. Oh, where is it? Renee. Was it Renee? It was Renee, wasn't it? No, not that one. That one. Renee. Where? Hello, Kirsten. There. You're right about the term Christians because they argue over denominations. I totally agree. Right? I'm a follower of Christ. You can call me Christian. You can call me whatever you want. Like Jesus said when he got to court, I am whoever you say I am. He never admitted to it, did he? It's not this. It was this one. There it is. Peter, Jesus Christ is called the Son of God because of the conception of Mary. Yeah, I understand that, Renee. But he never called himself the Son of God. He said, I am he who you're looking for. Because he was one in the same spirit, right? For me. But again, this is a denomination I'm making here. That only because Jesus called himself the Son of Man do I refer to it in this manner. That's why my name is the Son of Man. It's not the Son of God. It's not God in the flesh. It's the Son of Man. Jesus was talking about men like me and women like you. When he spoke to he was talking to natural people. You do understand this, surely, yeah? And I understand he is the only begotten Son of God. Oh, I agree. He is. I have John 3:16, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. I agree. But Jesus never called himself that, did he? He called himself the Son of Man. Which is the only reference I use to him. Being so. I'm not saying that he wasn't God in the flesh. I'm not saying that he wasn't the Son of God. Whoever Jesus was, they changed the calendars for him. They literally reset the clock when they killed him to 0. So I'm not going to argue with anyone, especially not you, Renee. I'm not going to argue with anyone about what your conception of what he's called. If you call God Yahuwah and you call Jesus Yahushua, it does not affect me. The reason I say this is because through 13 years of persecution, through knowing the truth, and for the 7 years that I did Flat Earth, 6-7 years of Flat Earth that I did, there was one name that rocked the boat of every single one of these flip-flops, whether it was the Jezebel, Jibby, it didn't matter. There was one name that rocked their boat, and that name is Jesus Christ. Amen. It was Jesus every time. When I mentioned the baby Jesus, they flipped out. All the flip-flops flip out. They use his name. They open movies with blaspheming his name. Jesus in Christ. Oh my King God. They blaspheme all the time because they know that God is real. They know that God sent a messenger. They know that this great awakening has to come. just for the saving of your soul. SOS. Not the synagogue of Satan. SOS. SOS, the saving of our souls. They knew in the olden days when them boats sank and they sent out that Morse code. Did. Dot, 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 dash, dash, dot, dot, dot. That was save our souls. They knew you had a soul. Modern day people don't have this concept that God exists, that he listens, and that he created you in his image and gave you a soul, blessed you with a soul. So when these people tell me that the Bible's fake and that God doesn't exist and that there's no Jesus and I've got to call him Yeshua, when I meet God, he's not going to be mad at me because I call him God. When I meet Jesus, he's not going to be mad at me because I call him Jesus. The glory is in recognizing that God is real and eternal, and that he created you in his image. That is the only thing you need to know about all of these subjects. People are like, oh, you talk too much about the flip-flops and not the flat earth and not this. I don't care about the other subjects. You got to remember, I've been doing this 13 years. I've been down all those rabbit holes. There's nothing in them rabbit holes for me. Nothing. But this one, it just kept giving and giving and giving. The more I did it, the more I learned, the more I understood what was going on, the closer I came to God through this subject. Flat Earth taught me that God existed, for sure, for sure. I instantly realised, in an instant, all my synapses, whatever you call them in the brain, they all just clicked together and went, God! They're hiding God, Peter. I understood it. And I was driven. It was a passion of Christ inside of me, whatever you want to call it, the passion of God. It was inside of me. I couldn't stop it. It was like a snowball effect. It just got bigger and bigger and bigger till people thought I was crazy. If I'm crazy in love. I'm crazy in love with God. I'm crazy about the truth. I'm crazy if that's the case. If you think I'm actually crazy, you're wrong. You're the one that hasn't done the research. You're the one that hasn't taken the time out to understand physics and biology and chemistry and how all these things actually work. Instead of taking someone else's research and taking that as gospel, research means that you actually take all the information and then you research it yourself till you have an answer. Not Jeffrey Dean Morgan's answer, not Einstein's answer, your answer. And I'm telling you, it's shocking when you know that you're right. It's mental. By all rights, every one of us that know the truth should be crazy out of our minds. Absolutely gaga for what they've done to us. But we're not. That's the redeeming factor in all of this, when you find faith that God does exist. I didn't just find faith, I found the information to prove to. In the beginning, it was faith that God existed. When I realized the earth was flat, the only answer was God, but I had to research that answer. And I went through the Bible, I went through the Quran, I went through Vedic text, I went through Buddha's and who's the Chinese guy, Confucius. I went through all the gurus. And there are great words of wisdom throughout this world. In all the scriptures, there's some great words of wisdom. But all these books, all this history, all this knowledge was granted to you by the people that did this to Jeffrey Morgan. Jeffrey's a girl. Jeffrey shouldn't have a beard. Jeffrey should have a pair of breasts. Jeffrey should have had a normal lifestyle, but didn't. Instead, someone forced the celebrity villa on her, and she's never had a choice, that's for sure. I think that they are controlled. I really do. I think the power, Satan wouldn't allow that freedom that God allows. All these people are on chains and shackles. If they do have pizza parties and they are cannibalistic, God will deal with them if the people in this world don't first. If those in power or those who come to be in power don't deal with them, God will. It's that simple. We're all going to get judged. Let him without sin cast the first stone. And I am not without sin. All right, I haven't done what these people have done. And I haven't had pizza parties and I haven't been cannibalistic, or at least I don't think I have. According to Rabble Finkelstein, what's his name? Rabble Finkelstein in Chicago, the sausage king of Chicago. If you watch that video in the 1970s, when that rabbi literally tells you we put people in the sausages, it made me want to puke when I heard those words. That they're actually doing it. And if that's the case, oh my gosh. I don't even want to know. But God said you'll know the truth and it will set you free. And if I shouldn't be eating meat, God will let it be clear to me. Don't eat sausages. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. But as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to eating prawns, the chosen people chose those foods for me to eat, as far as I'm concerned, and I don't give a shit about what the chosen people have got to say anymore. Because they chose to lie to us. They chose to change the shape of the world. They changed the shape of men and women's faces. That's what we're talking about, shape shifting. They're actually shifting sexes. This is a woman. She shifted to a male-looking sex. She'll never be a male, but she looks and sounds like a male. They gave her a male name, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. They give her 3 male names. Boy, boy, boy. It's like saying boy, boy, boy. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And there are people out there that don't care that the earth's flat. They don't care if this is happening. Don't bang your heads on the wall. I spent years trying to convince people the earth was flat, and even with someone who's really intellectual, they can't see it. They just can't see the brainwash. They can't see the lie. But this subject, it destroys them. It literally does. I've got more friends back in the last 6 years because of this subject than all of the other subjects put together. So when you ask me to talk about other subjects, I don't want to. I've been through flat earth. It's a waste of my time. The earth's flat. There's nothing I can do about it. God created a flat stationary plane, as it tells me in the holy book that I'm not supposed to believe in or have any faith in. When you choose the righteous path, the narrow path, it's difficult. It is. God's never going to give you anything more than you can handle. Is he? I'd be happy with a tent in God's garden. I would! Just give me a tent in the backyard, God. My belief, Renee, is that Jesus did pay for my sins. This is my faith. That's what Jesus said. It requires an amount of faith to get into heaven. It's not just on your works alone. It's not just been in the knowing that God's there for me. I have to have faith that he's going to treat me the fairest of all over Satan, because I was born into lies. I didn't create this world. I might have added to it during 40 years of my life, but for the last 13 years, I've tried to take myself and withdraw. You all know what this feels like, right? You want to withdraw yourself from the world, from society, from your friends. You don't want to go out and talk to people because they're all brainwashed. And I understand it fully, I really do. But if you don't talk to them, who will? Communications let me down. Well, it used to. I've learned to communicate a lot better. I've learned to empathize a lot more, knowing that I'm awake, you're awake, the people around you are not. So you have to have empathy, you have to have mercy and forgiveness, even though they might not have mercy and forgiveness for you. Like I've just found out in the last 2 months, 2 of my best friends I've fallen out with them, and I've known them all my lives, and I've never thought I'd fall out with these people, but I have. No matter how much you teach someone the truth, they're not you. They may not love the truth as much as you. They may not find God. They may not love God as much as you. That's why you was awakened first. That's why you saw his fingerprint in life. You heard his voice in your mind, right? I'm not talking about an audible bollocks. Just in your own thoughts. You asked him questions, and I know he answers. He's done it to me so many times. That's how I know when I meet God. He's going to say, yeah, Peter, I showed you this, I showed you that, and I showed you this. Or he's going to do it even more than 3 times, because he's done a lot of things in the last 13 years that Satan doesn't know about. Again, this is my personal thoughts and opinions on this. When you meet God, because God's been there all the time, Satan hasn't. Satan can only be there through cameras and microphones and listening devices. God can listen to you inside your own mind. When you make a prayer, God listens. God hears it, whether you think he's listened or not. Whether he responds or not is a different question. But I've had responses to questions that the only thing I can say, it's the closest thing to miracles. And twice he used nature. Twice he used nature to answer me. And I was just like, sat there laughing. Just the way he sits there laughing at me when I work these things out. When I worked out the earth was flat, I know that God was laughing in heaven because he knew another one of his children had woken up to the lies. I knew that the angels were rejoicing. My ancestors, my family, were all rejoicing in heaven that I had woken up. Imagine if right through time, from the beginning of time, that not one of your family members make it into heaven. Imagine that. That not one of them realised God existed. Not one of them did a good deed, if you like, in their lives. I wish I'd been good all my life instead of the last 13 years, but I cannot change time. You know, all this Back to the Future bollocks and all, it's impossible. God made time linear. Start at A, end at B. You have a beginning of your life, you have an end of your life. And everything in between those 2 points is going to be judged by the one who created all things and all life in this world. I can't wait to meet him. I can't. Supernatural. Post. What? YouTube's hiding messages. Right, okay, right. Where are we? Which one's mine? Is that one? I'll show you again. Live. What? YouTube's hiding messages. Right, okay. Pause. There's your chat. I don't know why it's down there. Oh, it's because I've got screen smaller on this one. There's your chat. If you go into chat, here, top chat, look. See it? It should be on live chat. I've got it on the wrong one. So even I'm missing messages this time. If you don't put it on live chat, which is where we are now, you get top chat. And that's been edited by YouTube, I believe. Also, I can't remember what I was going to say. There's 2 things about the chat. So when you type stuff in and you don't see it, it's because you're not looking at the same chat as us. There's top chat and there's live chat. The selection is there. I don't know why it's doing that. So when you type stuff in and you don't see theatre mode, full screen. No, that is. I can't do it. I don't know why. If you want my attention, you put the @ sign, and then when you put G2, it'll just find me, look. At G2G, you get my full name, so there's no missing or messing of it. If you put a space, or you put an extra space, or you put a dot or anything, I will not see this message. It will not come up as I'm about, look. When I put my name in properly and say hi, that's how it shows on my screen. See it? Big bright orange letters grabs my attention. When you've got a request, when there's a troll in chat, whatever it is, at G2G. Oh, it don't matter who I put it at, look. At Cool, C-O. As soon as I put C-O in, Cool Arrow appears, look. And I can say, hi to Cool. Only it doesn't say orange in mine, look. But on his screen, it will say hi in orange. You got it? Same lot. At Anna, A-N. As soon as I put A in, Anna Sousa appears. Okay. Hi. It doesn't orange on my screen, no. But on Anna's screen, it's orange. It's got her attention that I'm saying directly to her. Hi. You got it? That's how we do it. Right, let's come back. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Supernatural. Did we post that Supernatural post? We did. There's 4 of them. Let's go up. Let's finish this set off. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Jim Beaver. Jim's definitely got a beaver. Welcome to the show if you're new. There are many liars in this world. They're in real life. They're on the TV screen. They're on the radio. They're in the magazines and the newspapers. They're even on YouTube. But they've all got power and place and influence over you. Like Mr. Beast or whoever. You'll never find a top celebrity that is not inverted. Not only did they invert them, they give them stupid names like Jim Beaver. Jim should never have a beaver because he's a bloke, but Jim's a girl, so Jim does have a beaver. So they called him Jim Beaver. Britney's got a spear. Between Britney's leg, he's got a dick. Britney has got a spear. Brad Pitt, between Brad Pitt's legs is a pit, a vagina, a hole, a Brad Pitt. Boris and Dwayne have got no Johnsons. They love to tell you. They love to tell you what they are. I'm seeing that comedian, Louis C.K. Another liar, C.K. Teddy Tree. Jim Beaver. You in my back file, Jim? Copy. Paste. Search. While it searches for Jim, we'll give Jim a skull check. Jim's got close set coffee bean eyes, high set, big but high set ears, the small mouth. She got a beautiful 5 head, widest in the hairline. She cones at the top. It's a 50-50 face look. The face is pushed downwards. There's a massive 5 head. And the only place I see a massive 5 head in reality is on a female skull. If a man's got a bigger head, and men have bigger heads anyway, but I'm talking about a real big head, his forehead is still short. It's massive, but it's short. The ratio remains the same. Men get spread faces, women get squashy faces. And right there is a squashy face. Look, it's a small triangle. FTM walked into bar. Bartender said, why the long face? Walking, why the small long face? Jim's got no gates. Jim's not happening. See you later, Jim. You're not interesting. Next, Genevieve Padalecki. The most annoying ones is inverts teaching trans investigation till it applies to them, then they pretend like it doesn't. Are we talking about Bevy? Is that what we're talking about? Or Mr. E? They all deny it, right? I learned many different techniques of doing this from many different channels. Hans Wormhat, flip-flop. Michelle XX, flip-flop. Mr. E, a flip-flop. And it did gut me when I found out Bevy's in the club as well, but there's no I can do about it. Bevy was my favourite teacher. Out of all the teachers I've had, Bevy was my favourite teacher. Bevy taught me the most. Bevy actually corresponded with me when I spoke to her. So, the others never did. I very rarely got a reaction. Mind you, I did kick Mr. E off the Flat Earth channel. I didn't kick him off, someone else did, because that's when I used to give people wrenches. And that's why none of you get a wrench. I don't have moderators, because that way, you know if you get kicked off my channel, it's me that did it, nobody else. as I learned from all these people, none of them taught me skulls the way I teach you. I had to learn all the skull stuff myself from literally studying these two faces over and over, and all the versions of them. You know, like this one, Skull and Gaitits will use this, even though I think they've blended two skulls together there. I see the biggest difference in that one there. That's how it's supposed to look. There's a couple of versions of this. Not this one, look. That one. It gives a true definition of what you're looking for. Not the skulls being the same size. Not the skulls looking very similar. Oh, they do look similar, but they're not the same, right? You can see the rectangular eyes, look. The deep set. The much light. See this black line here, look? The orbital openings where the veins and everything connect to your eye sockets. Your eyeball, sorry. They're so much bigger on the man than on the woman. So much longer. The woman has rounded open eyes, look. The man has this huge brow bone over the top. The woman doesn't. The woman has the two, what do I call them? Devil horns, or whatever you want to call them. Two dimples in the head. The man doesn't, look. You can see quite clearly the woman has a flat 5 head. And the man has a 4 head. You can visibly see by drawing a triangle, the man has a bigger face than that of a woman. Get on your bed. Beat it. So, we're looking at... Genevieve Padalecki. Are you in a back file, Genevieve? Copy. Paste. Open. Jim Beaver was not in the back file. Paste. Copy. Right. Let's rock into this one. See if you've got... well, let's do your face first. Open, says me. Rectangular far apart. Look at that short sloping forehead. You do see this, right? Just like mine. Wide cheekbones, wide mouth, rectangular eyes, and a square jawline. Look at the jaw in the corner. Look at the side. Remember, they've bossed this one down. They've shaved it all down to make it look womanly. And still, the man's face is there, right? Still, the man is dominant on the screen. Again, look at this huge diesel of a jawline. Get your seal of approval to tell you that you are looking at a dude. Searching for the back file. Open. There we go. So, as far as the world's concerned, you've been lied to. They've taken a big dump on you. From an almighty great height. They don't want you to know that God exists. Even though they told you he exists. They made it unbelievable to you. That miracles can't happen. Oh, I believe in miracles. I definitely do. When prayers are answered through nature, that's a miracle happening, right? That's God's talk. That's God talking to you. And I've seen it a few times in my life where God has done something in nature that answered a question I asked him, I don't know, 48 hours before or something. And he's going to say to me, remember, Peter, remember when you was in the park, Peter, and that thing happened? That thing happened when you asked me a question and I answered you with nature. Yes, God, that was you. Genevieve Padalecki. At all. He's not even in the back file. He is a man. That was a nice picture for your face. Where was it? It was a nice 50-50. We'll take that as your head. What is a 50-50? Right, so when I'm looking at a picture for putting these skulls on, if I was to move the face up, so the skull at the top, the chin had virtually hit the halfway point. Look. So half of this picture is skull, and the other half, look, is space. So when I'm looking to transplant or transfer this picture onto these celebrities, I'm looking for a picture where half of the picture is face and half of it is space. Does that make sense to you? Right. We're going to need gates on Genevieve Padalecki. Walking. Is this the husband of the other one? He had that name. It's a man. Look at the strength on those legs. The stride. I meant the stride, not the strength. The stride. Strength. There's a black down there with no strides on. Genevieve is definitely not a Genevieve. Is that him there as well? He's short there. I thought he was bigger than that. That's a big tall girl, that one, isn't it? Look at that mince. Look at that. Look at the state of this one. She shat herself. Look at that diamond. She's getting on an invisible motorbike and she's tightrope walking. Tell me, how is it possible that we didn't notice this? Because they never taught us it. If someone had sat us down at 4 years old and said, this is the way men walk and this is the way women walk, we would have seen this much sooner. If we'd actually paid attention when Nana said, never trust a man whose eyes are too close together, if she'd actually explained it, that men have far apart eyes and women have closer eyes, I would have understood that every time I saw a man with closer eyes, I'm looking at a woman. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, where am I? Click. Back to there. We're done. Who's this? Genevieve Padalecki. Look at the state of that. Straight legs, knees together. It's a bloke. How have I not got you in the back file, Genevieve? Let's take these gates. 1, save image. That's not you, that's your wife. That's you though, we'll take that one. 2, space between your feet. Slightly offset, but it's a good one. There's a 3. Take that one, that's a lovely stride and space between your feet. 3. I need 2 more. Is that actually what I'm looking for? Oh, no, it's a stair fail. Oh, it is a stair fail. There he is, but it's a wrong angle for him. Beautiful for her. Genevieve Padalecki fails forensics. I've got 3 male gates. What's that? There's a nice one. 4, save image. Look at the mincer on the right. It's so obvious, look. This can never be unseen. Once you understand that men walk like soldiers, straight legs, knees together, space between the feet, and then crossed over legs right there. There we go. Again, from the broken leg, look. From the knee swinging around and out. You can tell a man from a woman. We're done. Rachel. Genevieve Padalecki fails forensics. I need your face. And that's the one we're going for. Save image. Genevieve Padalecki fails forensics. You should be able to see it. Look at the gaunt looking eyes. The hard staring eyes, look. Like Morticia King Adams. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. The creaky and the kooky. We're done. Genevieve Padalecki has got a square jawline, wide male cheekbones, a wide male mouth, rectangular far apart eyes with a brow bone, and a short, sloping forehead. Just like that. We're done. Genevieve, thanks for playing CSI with me. Ruth Connell, final one from Supernatural. Oh, that is a dude. Look at that mastoid. Look at that place to put Mama's spicy meatball. He's flexing his neck back. That's why the chin to tie ratio looks small. He might be a smaller man. Smaller men do have smaller necks. But they're still male necks. They still leave a place to put Mama's spicy meatball. They still have thick mastoids. He's right there. I'm looking at wide-eyed versus wide 5-head look. We're looking at an absolute blockhead, wide mouth, deep set eyes. Look at that brow bone. Look how thick that. Look at the cheekbone. Look at the shadow off the cheekbone. Look how wide it is. It's wider than the forehead. And then look at the thickness of that brow bone right there. I'm seeing someone. I can't think who it is. Oh, I know who it is. It's the bloody... It's the Labour politician, Angela Rayner. Took a while to remember. Angela Rayner. He's a beefcake, this one. Look at a big ginger monster. Angela Rayner versus Ruth Connell. Uncanny, isn't it? He also look at the chin to tie ratio. He also reminds me of what do they call it? It's got that stupid name, like Concochella. It's like an act. I can't remember his name. He's a big ginger comedian. Off Philomena Crunch, that one. Conch. I don't know what they would call it. Patsy Steer. Oh, there is a bit of Patsy Steer there. She looks more like Maxine Carr to me now. She does. But that's the way it works. They fooled you. And if you carry on enjoying that spell, then so be it. If you enjoy being under someone's spell and lies, then that's your choice. God gave you free will. See, for me, in the beginning, there was the Word. The Word was with God, and God is the Word. He really is. Sound, frequency, and vibration. That's words, right? That's a voice. My voice is sound, frequency, and vibration, and God created this world with his voice using 369, as Tesla calls it. Sound, frequency, and vibration. Whatever, spiritual, ethereal, electrical, because they call him L. I would love to see him before the time's up, you know, but I've got to wait. It's the same for all of us. Loads of people want, like Gav said the other day, why don't God just show himself to us all and then we'd all change? Because that's no good. It requires faith. It requires faith to see God. It really does. I don't have faith in God anymore. I can see God. I can see him in nature. I can see his design in chemistry, physics, the equilibrium of life. The very world I'm living in just shows and proves to me that God exists. Someone had to create it. Therefore, I'm a creation. I didn't know what I was created for before. I just ran around like an headless chicken, like everyone else does. You work all your life, you pay your bills, you pay your taxes, and then you die. Well, that matrix system that they've set up for the world that everyone embellishes and loves so much, I don't anymore. I reject it. I reject all of it. I reject all the teachings from it. Whether it's been well documented or not, I don't give a crap. The moon landings were well documented. It's all bollocks. 9/11, everything. I just don't care. I've lived 53 years of my life, and 40 of them were blind. I was absolutely blind to all of this. When Jesus said that he cured the blind man, this is how I feel. I feel like I was cured by him, you know, by his words, by his mercy and his grace. I came in his name. By his grace, I was saved. And that lost feeling that you still have is because you're not surrounded by many people that think the same way as you. That's why it feels lonely. That's why you feel lost, because you're on a narrow path. When he bundles everyone together, none of us will ever feel lonely ever again. You hear me? You get one life, allegedly. There may be karma. And karma makes sense, because imagine living 80 or 100 years down here and being lied to by Satan and committing loads of sin, and then ascending to heaven, getting to the gates, God's there, and he starts showing you all the bull. Well, on the way up, you're going to see the earth flat, aren't you? bastards. On the way up to heaven, you're like, oh gosh, cave. And you'd beg. You would beg him, wouldn't you, for your eternal soul. If your soul is eternal life, ethereally, as a spirit, and heaven is a much greater place than earth, then you would beg for it, wouldn't you? You would beg him, please send me back. Wipe me memory, send me back, and hope that you find him again on your next try. That would make perfect sense to me. If he gives you 2 chances or more, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, this is my first try at it, and oh Lord, I've messed up, but I was lost, but now I'm found. That's the way I feel. I was lost, but now I'm found. Even on this lonely path, this narrow path, I'm still found. I found the truth. If I found the truth, then he found me. God found me. Because I found him in the words. He is the word. He is the truth, the way and the life. Jesus said, no one comes to the Father except through me. And I didn't understand that before. Through the way you live your life, through honesty, through love, compassion, empathy, all the things that do truly make us in his image, created in his image, all the good things that make mankind, the kindness in man, well, that all comes from God. And all those bits we don't like, well, that comes from Satan. And if you don't believe in these 2 powers, then Satan wins. Satan wins your beautiful soul. And if you've severely messed up in this world, given, except for blasphemy, the Holy Spirit. Hating children, in my eyes, is blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. Because the spirit of a child is not evil, it's not judgmental, but yet they've done these things to children all over the world. This used to be a boy. Satan moved in and gave him ginger hair and a pair of tits. And now he walks around calling himself Ruth. In fact, Ruth is a T. And if you put T in front of Ruth, you get the truth. That's the T Ruth right there. Transvestigations 101. It will break your heart knowing the truth. It will. I'm not just saying that because of the lie. I'm saying that because of how people are going to treat you. How your best friends and your family and ex-lovers all of a sudden they hate you, right? They do. They hate you with a passion for telling them the truth. But to this day, no matter how much they've done to me, I don't hate them. My friends, my family, even these flip-flops, I don't hate them. The part of this game that I'm playing, where I'm supposed to wake up, find myself, find God, and work my way back to it. Because I'm working my way back to God, yeah. That's where I'm going. And I'm going on a stairway to heaven. I am. The reason there's a highway to hell and a stairway to heaven is because one of those places is expecting. I'm giving you the heads up that God exists. I'm giving you the chance to understand forensics the way I was given it. And fair enough, I learned about the flat earth from flip-flops. I learned about the legal name from flip-flops. I learned about mud floods from flip-flops. And I learned about trans investigations from flip-flops. There must be levels within them, for sure. You know, the higher up ones do worse things. I can't tell you if the likes of Patricia Steer or Gibby or any of these people drink the blood of the innocent and all this that they say to do. I can't prove any of that. It's hearsay. Until it can be proven and you've got absolute evidence of these people doing it, I have to just pull it on the back shelf. What I can prove is that the earth isn't spinning. I can prove that water's always level. I can prove that my eyes cannot see 1,000 miles. So the sun, the moon and the stars has to be closer than 1,000 miles to me. Unless it's magnified under the dome. If the dome magnifies, then it could be three. Isaac Newton said the sun, the moon and the stars are 3,000 miles away. On his own calculations. Before he invented the globe and gravity, Isaac Newton said that the sun is 3,000 miles away. If it is, then it must be magnified by the dome. Like a looking glass. And that's what they call it, Alice and Looking Glass, right? Alice in Wonderland. All ice in Wonderland, because around the flat earth it's ice. He put a barrier in the way, darkness and coldness. All the elements that you could think of using for fuel will freeze in that environment. Unless, of course, you keep the engine running all the time. You cannot let the engine stop running ever. Otherwise, everything in it freezes. And you tell me God's not amazing. You tell me there is no God. You tell me not to have any faith in the Bible. Yes, I know who wrote the Bible or translated it. I don't know who wrote it because there were many different versions of that book. And the King James Bible, 1611, 911 backwards, or inverted, or 3 sixes, however you want to look at it in gematria. He also wrote the Book of Demonology. But the book we're talking about, the King James Bible, was a translation from the Tinsdale. And the Tinsdale was a translation from the Geneva. And the Geneva was a translation from the Ethiopian. And each one of them has got different parts missing. By the time you get to the King James Bible, there was 60,000 differences in the books. Don't get me wrong, I love the book, I love the Bible, I think it's amazing. Genesis, every time I listen or read those words, it just, it makes my heart pound. Knowing that God has the power to create suns and moons by his voice alone. He created all the stars in the sky above you by his voice alone. He created all the life on earth by his voice alone. If that isn't the kingdom and the glory of God, I don't know what is. And like I said, I can't wait to meet him. I want him to show me everything. How he created it. I want to see that moment that he first created life. I want to see the first time he invented light. He separated the light from the dark. Not the sun and the moon. They weren't even invented. He was in darkness and he brought light to darkness. And then he separated the light from the dark. That's day and night. Without a sun and moon, that's still day and night. Because Christopher Hitchens argued this in one of his stupid points. How could there have been day and night when God created the sun and the moon on the fourth day? How come there's no penguins got on the ark? Because it was a flood. Why would you need to take fish and penguins and any aquatic life? Frogs, newts, anything. He doesn't need to because it was a flood. Honestly, it makes me... Sometimes it's better just to be like Christ, innit? And just ignore it. That's what he said. Don't cast your pearls among the swine. And this is the hard part. You got to accept that people that you classed as close friends and family are going to turn on you for casting pearls their way. You can fool some of the people some of the time. You can fool most of the people most of the time. But what you can't do is fool all of the people all of the time. I am a living natural bio male. I was born and created in the image of God. I was made to sin by Satan, disguising men as women and making porn normalised all my life so that I can't tell the difference of when I'm looking at a man in makeup with fake tits to that of a real woman. The first time this happened to me, when I was so confused that I could not tell the difference between a real woman and a man pretending to be a woman, I wept. God is my witness. I wept that I could not tell the difference between a man and a woman anymore, let alone the shape of the earth, or if I'm spinning or not, or all these things that come with flat earth. It all went out the window the minute I realised that I could not recognise a man and a woman anymore. Satan's lie is so big and so terrible that most of the world will not want to even look at this, any of it. And that's the preparation that Christ prepared for you, right? That you're going to walk alone. They tell you in these streets, I walk a lonely life, the only life that I have ever known. Don't know anyone, but it's me and I'm all alone. It's the same thing as telling you, you know, because they've got to tell you what they're doing to you. They're telling you you're going to be alone during this journey. You're not alone because you've got God with you. God's watching you. Once you know your Heavenly Father's there, He's your shepherd, right? God is my shepherd. He is my staff. Where I had a jelly-like spine before, He put a rod of iron there. Knowing that I've got one life, one chance to redeem myself for the mistakes I've made. It's like Eminem said, if you had one chance to reclaim everything in this world, would you take it? Or would you just let it slip? Well, that's the chance God gave me. He gave me a chance to reclaim my soul, which is everything in this world. A man is only as true as his word, right? And the word is with God. God is the word. Until you know God, you have no word. My name is Poncho Pete. I'm a biological male. I am here to tell the truth and expose the wicked. And on that bombshell, I'm going. Good night, boys and girls.